murder trial against Flavio Hlabangwane has been postponed to tomorrow. He has told his lawyer that he must not cross-examine the witness and that he intends to make further admissions which could shorten the trial. Tshegohaco Moagi is at the courts. An interesting turn of events. Tshegohaco, what's going on?
Indeed, Dudu, good afternoon to you. So on Monday, Flavio Hlabangwane pleaded guilty to murder. He pleaded guilty to violating a corpse and also pleaded guilty to defeating the ends of justice. The state on Monday, Dudu, deciding that they are going to reject the murder plea, mainly because according to the Criminal Law Act and the different sections in that particular act, that particular murder plea would see Flavio Hlabangwane getting about 15 years minimum life sentence. But with what the state has now done, taking this murder plea to trial, it could then see him getting life imprisonment according to a section in that Criminal Law Amendment Act of 1999. And so today, Flavio Hlabangwane, of course, he was expecting, or his lawyer rather, was expecting to cross-examine the witness, Flavio Hlabangwane. She is a friend to the deceased Tshegohaco, this being the young lady that was murdered allegedly by Flavio Hlabangwane in November of 2021. Even that particular month, we are currently unsure of, Dudu, because Flavio Hlabangwane has told the court that he is not sure when he actually committed this crime between the 6th of October and the 13th of November. And as cross-examination was expected to start, he then told his advocate, Advocate Tsakane Ndlovu, that she must not cross-examine this witness, Flavio Hlabangwane. Instead, he also mentioned that he would like to then make further admissions. And so court then had to be adjourned earlier than expected today because, of course, Advocate Ndlovu needs to speak to Flavio Hlabangwane, her client, about what the way forward will be and what these further admissions could possibly be.
So just remind us, throughout this process, did he go for mental evaluation, Flavio being?
That's correct, Dudu. So at the time when we were still at the Protea Magistrates Court, where this case actually started and was first heard, Flavio Hlabangwane, we understand, attempted to commit suicide twice. First, when he was arrested by the police at the very house that he lived in with Tshegohaco, and shortly before his second or third appearance at the Protea Magistrates Court, his legal team at the time then deciding that he needs to and requesting that he be sent through for mental evaluation at the Sterkfontein Hospital, and this then did happen. He was sent through for a psychiatric evaluation, and following that, a report then coming through stating that he is fit to stand trial, and that's how we find ourselves in the Joburg High Court sitting in Palm Ridge this today and this week, really, where this trial has taken place. So indeed, Dudu, he did go for that psych evaluation, and it was then found that he is fit to stand trial. And interestingly enough, you know, as this witness has been testifying to Flavio Hlabangwane, he keeps taking notes during this trial, also to show then his legal team what he has also written down. And he also has this glare that he gives to the witness during her testimony, but she has remained steadfast in her testimony and really testifying against the abuse that Tshegohaco allegedly suffered at the hands of Flavio Hlabangwane, and that is exactly what the state has been looking at the alleged abuse that Tshegohaco, the deceased in this matter, actually suffered at the hands of Flavio Hlabangwane, and Flavio Hlabangwane telling the court that her friend often went to her house and told her of this alleged abuse. And there was a time when Flavio Hlabangwane actually called Tshegohaco and said to her that it's either she comes back home, this after visiting her friend, this is Flavio Hlabangwane, and calling Tshegohaco was Flavio Hlabangwane telling her that she must come back home, and then she must choose her punishment, so to speak, whether he will scar her face or whether he will cut her hair. And following that altercation, she then did go home, and Flavio Hlabangwane indeed did cut Tshegohaco's hair off. And she also told her friend, Tshegohaco telling Flavio Hlabangwane that, you know, she actually feared for her life. She told this to her friend, that she feared for her life and that she was scared that Flavio would one day kill her. And when she was questioned as to why would her friend say something like this, she then told the court that it was because Tshegohaco told her that Flavio had been acting out and he seemed extremely angry. And at a time, Dudu, when these conversations were happening in October and November, that Tulisiwe Lubambo, the witness in this case, and Tshepang Pitsi, the deceased, were actually having conversations in October 2021 and November of 2021. Tulisiwe Lubambo asked whether she can confirm that she was indeed still speaking to her friend and whether her friend was still alive at this time. And she says, unfortunately, she cannot confirm this as she never had a verbal conversation with Tshepang Pitsi.
Moagi, thank you very much for that update.